And here's our intro.
And who are you?
The Three Amigos!
It's
we're back.
Funny every single time. Welcome back to some more SPTV Mondays with Mike and Mark. I'm guilty of a false report. I have taken on the lower condition of doubt for false report because I said Claire was going to be joining us tonight, and she's not. Thanks, Mark, for the heads up on that one.
You're welcome. No problem. Anytime. We just got back from vacation. She's got lots of stuff she's working on besides YouTube videos. So
I was going to show everybody my festive shirt that I thought I had, but is apparently not here with me. So funny story. Heather went to the store before our cruise and bought like 6 or 7 different Caribbean themed shirts for me because there's a Caribbean night on the cruise. And out of all the shirts that she got for me, the only one that actually fit was the black one.
It was a black Caribbean shirt?
Yeah, the black and white one he was wearing.
Oh, that was... bought that special?
That was special for the cruise.
I thought it was like I thought you were just punking us like, see, I can still be Caribbean and wear a black shirt.
No, there was some other great shirts that I actually wanted to wear, but they were all too small. So I was going to wear the black Caribbean shirt tonight, but I left it in the other space, unfortunately. Well, I'll tell you what. So in the thumbnail for tonight's video, I put your crackers, of course, you cracker liquor.
Yes.
Mark confessed to me on the cruise that he had never seen Scientology's video about him licking the crackers.
Well, but what I had was I had like a crisis because I thought, somebody told me that there was such a video. And then I just said, oh, okay, fine. That's ridiculous.
Assumed that was right.
Yeah. And so then we went down all this thing, and then we have these logos with the cracker liquors, and we have all this stuff. And then at some point it dawned on me, I don't even know if this is a real thing. Like, this one person could have just told me a story and I believed it. And so I thought to myself, we probably should check if this is a real thing. And well, Aaron did his research and it's a real thing. And he sent me a screenshot of the gal that sent it. And now I don't want to disparage any SEERG members because I just don't want to do that. They're not real. I think for the most part, they might be victims as opposed to the ones perpetrating all the fraud. But I will say this. I have said on many occasions that the smart ones are the ones that end up leaving.
I was going to say the same
and
thing. This
gal's still there. So that's all I'm going to say. Okay? I'm not going to say anything more than that. But I thought of another thing, Aaron. That girl, so this girl's name is Stephanie, which is also my sister's name, different Stephanie, but she worked in the executive division. She was the assistant of the commanding officer of Golden Era Productions. She was like her communicator, her secretary. And so when I worked with this girl is when I worked in the executive division. And that is in a building called Building 36, or the manufacturing building. Well, in the video that you sent me, she says when we were in the studio, he gave me this. But I didn't work with her in the studio. And there would be no reason for her to be in the studio and for me to be in the studio, seeing as we work together in a totally different building. So then that was the first out point. And then the other thing is that she accused... there's a whole nother thing we found out, Mike. In addition to licking crackers, she this is a crazy story, and I'm going to be very careful how I tell this because when Aaron showed me the video and we were talking about it earlier, I almost threw up. So, and he witnessed it. This is not a
Mark's
lie.
on the phone going,
dry heaving on the phone while he's telling me about the video. She said that I picked up somehow, or I obtained a dead rat and put it in a coffee cup and then pulled the tail through the little, the sipper in the top of the lid. Okay. Well, first of all, I never drank coffee in the Sea Org. I only started drinking coffee after a recent video to France a few years ago. So I'm not a coffee drinker, so I wouldn't have a coffee cup. Also, I'm not a big fan of dead things. And since a child, I've been indoctrinated falsely or correctly that dead animals carry diseases and rats just carry diseases even when they're alive. So I have been trained as of a young age not to touch dead things, including the tail.
You're being way too logical and reasoning in responding to this insanity. Like, well, I was like,
Anyway,
I just want to let everybody know.
Anyway,
that I do not lick the salt off crackers, and the reason, and let me explain to you, I was never in the studio with this moron that said that, and I actually don't like dead animals, so that's why it's not possible that I could have stuffed a rat in a coffee cup and pulled its tail through the sippy hole.
oh my God, don't say anything more about that. But also, how does that fit in a coffee cup? I'm not sure where. And also, where would we get such a thing in the middle of the desert? Do they have? I never even knew. Do we? I've seen mice at the ant base. I don't think I've ever seen a rat at the ant base. I don't know
then that does it then.
I don't know if that was the thing. But
That
anyway,
proves that it's not true.
if it would have been a mouse, could the story be true?
Yes, absolutely.
I
think
no,
it
because I
probably
wouldn't.
is true.
Because also I wouldn't touch a mouse either. I don't. Anyway, that's all I have to say. Besides that gal might be dumber than a box of rocks. But yeah, it was pretty. But so this led us to talking basically about these videos, and that they really must not have a lot of stuff to work with if they're going back 20 years to Cracker and Coffee Rat. Rat coffee.
Yeah. So, I mean, what cracked me up, Mark had no idea. And I had seen some comments in the live chat about rat coffee and cracker licking. I had no idea what the hell it was talking about. Right. So when someone finally sent me these videos, because I asked for them on a live stream yesterday, I was like, oh my God, I've never even heard this story. And I told
also,
if they were good stories, I would have told them. Like,
Mark, I got to tell you something. This just nudged my little brain here.
Yeah.
Like, we should start a rat coffee company like the Squirrel Bean Company. What a great story that is.
Oh, yeah.
That is a great story.
I don't know if a lot of people know that story.
I know they don't. And this just nudged my little brain.
There's a coffee company called Coffee Colt out of Florida, and their mascot is a squirrel named Dave. Okay? This is a real thing.
This is real.
And their coffee is really good. And it's like a boutique coffee company. I think I want to say it's in Hollywood, Florida.
Yeah, or Fort Lauderdale. It's somewhere down there in the southeast.
Anyway, they had a Christmas package where they had all these different kinds of coffee, and they had this picture on the side of it. And I know the people who work at this company, but they never said any of this stuff to me. But when I saw the Christmas package, it says, Dave the Squirrel says, keep drinking coffee or whatever. And I was like, Dave the Squirrel? And it's called Coffee Cult. Anyway, and there is some small connections people may or may not have. But
draw your own conclusions.
I'm not looking to start up any new endeavors. This YouTube thing's already
No, Mark, the best part of the story is they stocked the freaking coffee at the int base.
Yeah, the rat coffee.
No, not the rat coffee.
Oh, yeah.
Coffee.
Oh, no. Norman Starkey was one of their best clients. Norman Starkey, who works at the ant base. And I'm sorry, Coffee Cult, if Norman Starkey is emailing you right now, canceling his account or his subscription. But it had to be said sooner or later. This is many, many, many years ago that Norman has been buying coffee from them. But yes, that was the tipping point, is that somebody started a coffee company as a goof. It became entirely way more successful than they ever imagined. And then Scientology ended up buying coffee from them on a regular basis.
Yeah. So starting up a whole new rat coffee company would probably be biting off a bit more than any of us wants to chew. But what I thought for sure.
You got to stop saying rat with coffee, just because it's taking all the fiber of my being to not throw up live. So, and I'm pretty sure that'll demonetize your video, because I don't think bodily secretions.
Projectile vomiting. Just
no,
do
no,
it
no.
right
Just
at the
anything
camera.
that comes out of the body
Right.
is illegal.
Okay. So I thought for sure that when I told Mark that there was this other part of the story, he was going to be like, "Oh, that was the best story. You're not going to. Oh, that was hilarious." He was like, "What?"
Yeah, it's like, it's not even a funny. Like, she starts the video out saying that I'm an evil. He's the most evil jokester I know, or something like that. And I'm like, okay, jokester. I'm not going to deny that. I definitely was a jokester. But these are not. They're not high level. They're not high level jokes, and I wouldn't participate in low level comedy like that.
Yeah.
And yeah, I'm not sure what was going on there. But the best part is that the video they did with Aaron, this girl's just making stuff, just like she's getting her own age wrong in her videos.
So I don't think I've mentioned what it is yet. So yesterday I did a live stream responding because Scientology has completely updated and revamped the hate website they created about me. So one of the things I sort of figured out on the cruise would be a fantastic idea is to actually monetize Scientology's hate videos about me by reacting to them on my channel. So I did one, a hate video my sister-in-law did. And I knew that my wife had never seen this video that my sister-in-law Katarina did. But I knew that if I did a video about the video, my wife would see it. Well, my wife did see the video last night. And in addition to everything else I sort of called out as bogus, my wife was like, Katarina said she was 16 when we came to stay with them. That's not even true. She was 18. She was already a legal adult. Why? She's lying about her own age.
Which is bizarre.
Yeah. And, one of the things I said in that stream was, you and I, we have all spoken about who's the intended audience of these hate videos that Scientology does. Well, to some degree, we are the audience, but to a greater degree, Scientologists themselves are the audience. And one of the things these videos do is they send a message to Scientologists. Hey, if you leave Scientology, you better leave quietly or else this is going to happen to you. And so it occurred to me, why don't we apply a counter pressure? L. Ron Hubbard might even call it a counter effort to send our own message to these Scientologists. Hey, if you guys are going to sit down and make these slanderous videos about your friends and family and former coworkers, we're going to make you internet famous. These videos aren't going to be buried on some Scientology website that nobody watches. We're going to put you on the front page of the internet to the degree that we can. And we're going to make sure people know forever that you are someone who succumbed to the pressures of an international human trafficking cult and sat down and did a North Korean POW style video, absolutely lying about your family members just so Scientology could trash them. And that's going to be on your resume for the rest of your life. That's going to be what people are going to find on the internet when they search for you when you apply for jobs. So that Scientologists actually have to, when someone comes to them and says, yeah, we want you to sit down and do this, maybe they'll go, I don't think I can do that, Dave. I'm sorry, Dave. Yeah. I can't do that, Dave.
What are you doing, Dave?
Anyway, what do you guys think about that?
I don't think it's a bad idea.
I think it's a great idea, but I honestly, if they are asked to do those videos, it's not like they really are being asked like, well, would you like to do a video? They're being asked like, we are requiring you to do a video. And so there will be the counter pressure of potentially in the future, this being a problem for them isn't going to be that great in the minds of those people. They will be more worried about the immediate reaction to refusing to sit down for one of those POW interviews. So, but it's good fun. It's fun to think that that's the case. And I think it's worth doing anyway. But I think that the internal pressure that they receive, unless they've already decided that they're heading for the hills, it isn't going to have any impact on them, really.
Yeah.
Sorry.
So go ahead.
I was going to wonder because there's Heather has two brothers and she has two sisters and one brother.
Yeah.
And Claire has two sisters and one brother. And Claire's youngest brother did a video, but her older sisters did not. And so this has always made me speculate, oh, maybe they're not as into Scientology as we thought they might be, because that's why they didn't do video. And then I was asking Erin because her brother didn't do a video.
And he's not a Scientologist.
But his two sisters did. So maybe that's how we can tell that they're maybe not as involved as we thought they were, as they haven't done a hate video. And then I guess if they do a hate video tomorrow, we know maybe they are.
Yeah.
They're going to fly out to wherever they live. And we need you to say Marc and Claire are SPs. And then that's it. We're good.
So here's something that occurred to me. I mean, a Scientologist in the bubble is more likely to watch one of our videos about those hate videos than they are to watch one of those hate videos.
Oh, yeah.
Those Scientologists, right?
100%.
Yes.
That's actually how most Scientologists find out about me, is from Scientology, because they read about me in a Freedom magazine, or they read about me in a video, or they saw me in a video, or saw a video about me, or they saw some kind of propaganda piece about me, and they're like, who is this dude? He sounds like a lot of fun. And then they look me up, and then they read my book, and then they leave Scientology.
Right. And so, especially if the thumbnail of the video is just a big fat photo of the Scientologist who did the video.
Yes.
Yeah.
Because Scientologists aren't going online searching for our websites, but they might be online on YouTube, and Google knows that these people search, our Scientologists just from their browser history or whatever. And if they're on YouTube, Google's going to serve them up Scientology related videos. And if a video pops up and it's a picture of someone they know, one of their friends, they're going to go, oh, wow, what's this? Boom. And now they're watching us exposing the lies in the hate videos. I don't know. I just love it. I love everything about it.
Well, the other thing I got to say, Aaron, is I don't know if a lot of people know this or not, but Scientology is the one who pays us to do these videos.
That is so true.
Like, we are being
exactly
paid.
right.
And Tom Cruise.
I was going to just say, I should correct my statement. Scientology and Tom Cruise, specifically his movies. If you are a lover of Tom Cruise, that's why you might be watching this video, because you are searching Tom Cruise and then this video pops up. But the same thing happens when you're watching our videos. They're trying to target you because they know you like Tom Cruise. So they put a Top Gun video in the middle of me talking about Tom Cruise while he was doing some stupid thing for Top Gun. But yeah, so Scientology, for all you guys that have heard that Big Pharma is the one who pays us, no, Scientology is the ones who pay us.
Big Dave.
Specifically, David Miscavige.
It's Big Pharma and Little Dave.
He signs our checks.
I mean, I feel like I just want to reiterate everything that you just said, because honestly, in the world of Scientology, the importance of this cannot be overstated. Scientology running ads on our videos is literally paying us to do videos about Scientology. It's a declarable offense. He's financially supporting known suppressive persons. It's freaking hilarious. And Jeffrey Augustine should do a whole satirical SP declare of David Miscavige for financially supporting all of us.
Well, the other thing that you said is, when Scientologists are looking up stuff on Scientology, if you're in Scientology, you can't even Google Scientology, because if you do that, almost, I'm going to say the top Google search results might be the Scientology website, but everything under that on the first page is us or Leah or some nonsense they're up to. Like John Oliver just did a thing on his show last night, and it wasn't even about Scientology. I think it was about timeshares or something.
Yeah, it was getting out of contracts. It's harder to get out of a contract than it is to get out of Scientology.
Yeah, and then Scientology caught shrapnel for that, because it's hard to get out of Scientology, which, by the way, is the barometer of how bad your cult is.
Yep.
Is when you go to leave, what happens. But then Tom Cruise David Miscavige and Shelley Miscavige came up because they were already talking about Scientology. Might as well ask where Shelley is. So that's going to be on YouTube. That's going to be in the zeitgeist or whatever people.
Oh, it was trending on Twitter this afternoon.
Oh, it was. Oh,
where's Shelley?
Yeah.
It was
so
like
there you
number
go.
16 in the world.
Nice. So yeah. So people that are in Scientology can't look up Scientology on the internet because Scientology has no ability to overcome the amount of stuff that's out there at this point. It's a rolling stone at this point.
Yeah, I mean, you're being literal. Like if you're a Scientologist and you go to the ethics officer and you tell them you Googled Scientology, you will be in trouble.
Yes.
Why are you Googling to see what's online about Scientology? Are you looking for the end theta?
Yeah, you don't need to Google anything. Just go to Scientology.org.
Yeah.
All the answers are there.
I just misspelled Scientology and I ended up on this SP site. Well, another thing I was going to say about that is that Scientology is paying all this money to run all these ads to get them to their sites. But that's how we are getting paid. It's from them running ads on our channels. But if you're in Scientology and you are doing what's called a lower condition, in one of those conditions, they tell you to examine the statistics of the group you're thinking of joining or the group you're thinking of leaving. Well, in Scientology, they make up all the statistics that they have internally so that they're amazing, so that you will stay with that group. But if you watch our channels, then you find out that a lot of those statistics are just made up and they're not really true. They don't really have millions of members and people aren't walking into the organizations.
No.
Anyway, and then if you do those lower conditions, you might not pick Scientology to stay with because their stats suck.
That's right.
That's the whole reason they're doing all this is because we keep talking about the stats.
Yeah. So, Mark, one of the crazy things about because there's a particular YouTube channel, and just for decency, I don't want to name it, but Scientology has released like 20. I want to call them new videos, but they're not really new. They're recycled videos. Since we've started doing the SPTV, Scientology's released 20 new videos about you. They are still releasing.
I thought they redid your site.
No, I'm talking about the YouTube channel right now.
Oh, okay.
Republished 20 videos about you. They're up to like 12 about me. They keep putting out like 2 or 3 a day. They've completely redone and updated the website they did about me. But one of the things when I was fishing around that I found, actually, no, somebody sent this to me. The video that you did a few weeks ago about Scientology sending a slanderous letter to all of the clients that you had in the testimonial section of their company's website.
Oh, yeah.
The video you did where you read their letter out loud.
Yeah.
They edited your video into a YouTube short to make it look like you were doing a confessional video and admitting to everything that they were accusing you of. And then they published it on their channel. So we're in they're in triple inception. They did a video about a video that you did about a letter that they wrote about stuff that you did.
And now we're talking about that video.
That's right.
In this video.
And I'll do a video about it later this week.
You'll do a reaction video to us reacting about it.
But honestly, it's
goodness.
like this is one of the reasons I'm kind of really excited about as many former Scientologists as possible doing channels. I want so many people doing videos. They can't keep up. They don't have enough people to watch it all. I mean, Jackson's starting a YouTube channel. There was another second-gen Scientologist who I'd actually never heard of before that spoke out last week for the first time on a well-known podcast on YouTube. Her name is Danny. Yeah, but I don't know her last name. Do you know her last name?
I don't, but I saw that woman, and that woman actually, I think I'm going to reach out to her and see maybe if we can do some stuff with her because I
was going to reach out to her too, but I don't know her last name. So
I'm good. I'll figure it out.
Yeah, and so, but have so much content, they don't even know what to do,
and they're now trying to use our content about them.
Yeah.
To turn it on us, which is now we're in a content feedback loop. Like we have to put some new content in here sooner or later, or I think we might turn into a YouTube black hole or something because we can't keep talking about crackers over and over again when they're talking about us talking about crackers.
But I'll tell you, one of the things I wanted to say in my pitch to get as many people to start doing videos as possible is that I think people are getting the sense, just even from the conversations that we have, how there's so many times where one of us is talking about something that the other one's like, oh my God, I never heard that before. There are so many unique perspectives and takes, even on the same things, right?
Totally.
how cool would it be? Like, if anyone's got a concern out there, oh my God, I couldn't do a channel. What would I ever talk about? This is what I gave, the advice I gave to someone this week. I said, all the crazy stories and funny things that I talk about in my videos, we talk about on Mondays. So someone could easily just go, oh my God, on Mondays with Mike and Mark, someone mentioned this. And I have some really interesting stuff I can tell about that. And here's what it is. Or someone asked a question in the chat about this and they only had a chance to talk about it for a second, but I've got some really interesting shit to talk about. Like,
Yep.
No one's going to run out of stuff to talk about.
Yeah. And if you're one of those, is it ASMR?
Yeah.
Yes.
ASMR people, you could just lick crackers for content. Just real ECU.
And drink rat coffee.
Oh, don't say it. Oh my gosh.
With a hairy tail, the little hairs in the
Stick
tail.
it out of the little hole.
Now I can't even think about licking the crackers anymore.
Licking that rat.
Stop saying it.
Just think about a cup of a rat coffee.
Oh my goodness. I'm serious. I'm going to get out of here. I'm going to my channel early.
Get the
Forget
bucket.
you guys.
Get the bucket. So, Mark, will Claire. Oh my goodness. I should add that before we left for the vacation, well, I guess two days before we left, someone in the chat said, hey, my family's going to be on Harmony of the Seas, leaving out of Miami.
Oh, yeah.
Hope we get to see you there. We did get a chance to meet up with that family, and we played hours of Cards Against Humanity. We had a fantastic time. They were there with another couple who had a kid on the boat the same age as some of our kids, and a lot of fun was had. A lot of fun.
And they were not the only people.
Yeah, we ran into all kinds of people that knew us from the show. Or anyway, it was fun.
Yeah.
Do we want to do some super chats before we bail, or are you just gonna?
I would say yes, but we have like 90 seconds. So what's the point? And also, you know how this is. I don't have a Claire here starring them for me. I literally have no way to just eat. I'd have to scroll.
Yeah. Thanks for the super chats. Thanks for the comments. We appreciate it.
Yeah. So guys, I'm going to end this right now. We're all going to be automatically redirected to Marc Headley's channel. So be there or be square, you guys. See you over there.